and it has been a little bit more than we expected, but let me give you the whole thing, what happened so far, give you as well a few images at the end. So we installed the landing plate. You know what a landing plate is? Not sure? So a landing plate is the connection between what happens on site and what happens in the factory, and to connect them together. As the factory is producing to the millimeter exact on site, you're easily having the situation that it is not to the millimeter exact. You're probably happily if you do the centimeter or even a few centimeters exact when you're pouring your concrete slab. And this is what we're having here. That's the correction layer, our landing plate, to connect this site condition with our factory supply that we're having, because we cannot correct what is coming in our containers. In other words, the building is already built and on the water before we even pouring the concrete slab, so you can't make corrections after the slab is poured with our manufacturing. Manufacturing is directly off plan, and now we need to bring these two realities together. So that's what's happening. Second, we have installed these landing plates, but because the building is such a complex shape, it's extremely difficult to lay that out properly and getting everything exactly down to the millimeter. So normally, if you go for Europe and you're having a build that is normally a right angle, super easy, 2 guys, 1 day, happy days, you have it done. Right now, we have now had 3 to 4 guys on site installing it, and we needed not 1 day, but 4 days, and I'm still working on it while the building is already going up. In other words, what takes 2 days, 1 person is now taking 1 person more than probably 20 days. In other words, it is 10 times the amount of work just because of the shape. This is the reason why building is not cost effective in Australia, because you think you have to create extremely crazy shapes that are not cost effective. So you could, in this job, from 2 days to 20 days, you can save 90% of your cost on the building just by keeping your shape simpler. But let me now show you a little bit of what we are talking about and getting a little bit a better idea. So as I spoke now about the landing plate, let me show you a little bit what I'm talking about. Share my screen. Entire window, share, cool. So here we're having now our landing plate. This is our timber where we have the fixings into the ground, into the concrete slab, pretty much. Then we have here our termite barrier that needs to go underneath. So that's obviously not installed yet. There's no screws in it. There's not even a hole in there yet. And here we put now the pieces together to create that angle. Let me see, what else do I have? And here you see now how that whole thing is lined out with our string line the way down here and installed in that corner, and that is now the whole shape of the building. Do I have another one? Yeah, here you see it a little bit more from the top. So that was that first picture that we've seen. That was that angle picture from here, and that's the whole site. And I'm still working on this corner here to get this perfectly done while the back part is already happening. So what's happening here, you see our stairs lying here already on the side, ready to be installed. Should be installed by now, as we want to do that today. And here you see now the little crane lifting, nothing yet at this point. And here you see the whole CLT panels that are getting installed. And in the back, you're already seeing the first few panels installed. And then next image, next image you're seeing now here, you see already that's the garage here on the left. That's the separation from the garage to the main building. And here you see one window already in there that has the CLT still in there, so that you're not losing that timber and you can use it for something else. That's the reason it's still in there, and we're using it later. And here you see the cutout for a beam. So what happened now? Oops. Actually, I have it on my phone, but I don't have it here yet. We have installed here now a 2-story panel already here, and the beam here is going across. What I will probably show you tomorrow. Maybe I go live on site as well when I'm on site, but again, was too flat out today to do anything on site. So it took us at the end 4 to 5 days to put in this little piece of timber underneath the landing blade that you see here now as well. Yeah, and at the end it takes us 4 or 5 days to put up the whole 2-story building in the same time. So we need the same time for the landing plate, then for the whole building, and the reason is really simple. Complex shapes. Please, 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 guys. Complexity is the enemy of execution. It's every single additional corner is a point of failure. Don't do this stuff. It's not helping anybody, especially with the current market that everything is getting expensive. Stay to simple shapes. You have far less points where you can have leakage, where you could have mistakes, where you have thermal bridges, where you make decision mistakes on site, and where everything can go wrong. Every additional corner that is more than 4 is an additional point of failure and costs that are not needed. And as well, that means you already have an L shape if it's more than 4, and you're not getting the best ratio between internal condition space and external walls, because soon you're having a turn in there. Let me see. I may have a few images in here that could show that. Yeah, you see it here as well. You see like this walls that are going in here for that setback is now adding these 2 walls additional to the structure while excluding this space in the condition space. In other words, you're making your living area smaller by adding more walls in there and complexity. Same is obviously here. This corner here adds complexity. This corner over here adds complexity that is in here, and then we have the same thing on the other side again. And now you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 corners just in that thing that all needs to be perfectly lined up. And here, if it's a normal roof like you're seeing over here, we are creating a valley in the roof with this internal corner, and that means water gets into that valley, and that's another point where from your roof you can have leakage. Normally when you have leakage, it's in your valley, and then you have here thermal bridges everywhere. Avoid it. Please try not to do that in your building or designing your homes, and I hope this was giving you a little bit an idea of how our first day went. We're still on time. We should theoretically get it done in our 5 days, but let's see. And if you want to see how it actually looks in reality, we have on Saturday in, what's that, in 10 days or a bit more, viewing of the whole building. So we give ourselves a little bit of time after the building is up to clean up the site and get everything ready to view it. Let me know if you want to see it. Just send me a DM and I send you the link, or maybe I put it even underneath, but let's see. There should be a link floating around already to get in on Saturday. If you're a professional, let me know. We have a special professional tour as well, where we're showing the whole thing in construction. So if you are especially want to do energy efficient buildings and considering going down the CLT route, then this is definitely something you want to see. Talk to then. Bye bye.